one place to start really. We're at St James Park for a training session this morning. Was that very much about getting the lads used to playing at the park again?
To a certain extent, yeah. But we've not been in a stadium for a little while now, and obviously going to Bristol City this weekend, that's a decent sized stadium, so we tried to get as best we possibly could in relation to what the players are going to face this weekend. But it's also good to give the players a change of scenery. We've been at the training ground for a number of weeks, worked them hard, so to bring them to the stadium on a day like today, just put a bit better emphasis on training.
A good opportunity for the 3 new signings to get used to their surroundings as well again.
Yeah, definitely. Look, we've got a game on Tuesday night, so they'll get some game time, hopefully get some game time in that fixture. It's just preparing them for the season, preparing for what's to come, and the more often you can get used to your surroundings, the better. I'm sure they'll find it absolutely fine playing here. It'd be even better when there's people in here and the fans are here to witness it. Only time will tell when that is, but we're looking forward to playing at the park.
The EFL have just announced this afternoon that Cambridge United will be having 2 trial matches with attendances of around 1,000 people over the next coming weeks. So I guess that's a good step.
Brilliant. Yeah, excellent. Hope it goes well. Fingers crossed it goes well. I'm sure at some stage we'll be asked to do a pilot fixture of some sort as well, where we let in a certain amount of numbers or a certain amount of fans. We're looking forward to it. We can't affect that in any way really. We've just got to maintain our safety and keeping the environment as safe as we possibly can for when fans come back in. And when they do, we've all got to be sensible in relation to that. But we're looking forward to that. But we're also looking forward to this weekend.
Absolutely. It's a short trip to Bristol City first up as well to kick off the new season. I mean, I guess you're grateful for the fact that it is a short trip, but again, it's going to be a tough challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, short trip, so obviously we're travelling on the day, but a really tough test. A team who were close to those playoff places for a large portion of last season. Probably season didn't quite finish the way they would have expected or wanted to. New manager, he want to stamp his authority on that team straight away, and they want a positive result. No pressure on us really. We've got to go there and play. Some young players are going to be making their debuts for this club, so that's another tick and going in the right direction. But it's all how they react. I said many times that I'll know 20 minutes into the first serious game where we are as a team. So I'm looking forward to those first 20 minutes.
And it's a game that the fans would have loved to attend, as you can imagine.
Oh, it would have been brilliant.
Making the trip up.
Yeah, definitely.
Going for them.
Yeah, we don't have many close ones, do we? So, Bristol would have been an hour's trip up the M5. I'm sure that they've gone in numbers and a fantastic stadium to go and play football in. So, like I said, we can't affect that. All we can do is play like the fans are there supporting us all the way through. Play with a bit of passion and pride, and play with a sense that we belong on that pitch as well. They're a team of a higher quality, a high calibre player, but on a day we've got a chance.
Is it an opportunity for the whole squad to sort of benchmark where they're at as well?
Yeah, I mean, with the niggles and bits and pieces we've got at the moment, it probably won't be a fair reflection of what we've got in terms of the squad. But it'll certainly be an opportunity for a lot of players to get game time, get close to those 90 minutes of intense work, but also test themselves against real high quality players. And the hardest test is the first test. So, like I say, I'll not have a better assessment after 20 minutes of the game, better assessment in terms of where we are as a team, but where we are individually as well. Who can handle the occasions? I've spoken about the players making the debuts, and we're really looking forward to that, and they deserve to make the debut. But it's how they play and how they perform.
You mentioned a few niggles as well. Are there a few worries ahead of Saturday's game?
Yeah, I think we've probably got 4 or 5 who were ruled out this weekend. If it had been a different fixture, maybe a league fixture, we might have pushed them closer and a little bit harder this week. But we're in the position of no risk at the moment. The squad's thin enough as it is in relation to numbers and quality within that. So we've got to really look after those personnel. We want them available for Tuesday, but more importantly, we want them available for the following Saturday at Salford. It remains to be seen if they make that fixture, but they've got to give themselves a chance. So we're probably 4 or 5 down, and 4 or 5 quite senior players as well. So I've got no excuses going into this game this weekend. We're really looking forward to it.
I mean, it's been 20 years since we last went to Ashton as well. That game finished in a 4-0 loss with 3 sendings off.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you're hoping for a less stressful afternoon.
Oh yeah. 4-0 and 3 sendings off, yeah, couldn't go any worse. That can happen. It can happen when you play a high calibre opposition. We didn't start the game well enough when we went to Coventry last season, and we were behind it straight away and chasing them. So we've got to be strong and solid to start the game. It might not be pretty for the first 15 or 20 minutes, but we've got to give ourselves benchmarks, be in the game in the first half, go into the game in the second half, giving ourselves a chance. And we've got some good attacking players as well, and we're going to have some speed and some dynamic players on that pitch at the weekend. It's a big pitch, a very good pitch. They've got to cover the ground, but we'll get opportunities. Both teams will get opportunities. It's who takes their opportunities.
Just going back on the fans there, thankfully they can watch from the safety of their home. I guess you'd encourage them to get an I follow pass and watch the game.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be a good stadium to watch us play. You can do it from afar, and hopefully they'll see some new faces as well, and they'll see what we're trying to get to this season within the team. We've got a couple of new signings involved in the fixture on Saturday, a couple of young boys making a debut, and a couple of more senior ones who are the more familiar faces. So a bit of a mixed bag. They won't have seen us too much so far in pre-season, apart from maybe on iFollow. But hopefully Saturday will be another step in the right direction.
It's important at the time that we get these crucial funds in through iFollow as well, and fans come through the gate.
Yeah, definitely. Anything helps in relation to that. The board were fantastic in allowing the Lewis Page signing. So the squad is where it is now. We remain unless any players move on or some more budget is freed up via various means. But anything the fans can do is always appreciated. It feels we're asking them to do so much because they've done so much already. So we can't keep on asking the fans. We've just got to keep asking them for their support more than anything.
Finally, 3 games in a week, hectic start. I guess you just want to get off to the best start possible.
Yeah, look, we've got to get used to that. I think there's going to be a lot of 3 game weeks. This is slightly different, with no disrespect to the first 2 fixtures within that week. Salford's the big game, it's the first league game, but we want to do well in the cups as well. And I'm sure the EFL trophy on Tuesday will take care of itself in relation to a totally different team to Saturday. But both games are opportunities for players to say, pick me at Salford. It's as simple as that.